Hi all, in this session we are going to learn about how we are going to deploy custom Docker image to Azure Container Instance through Azure Container Registry. Here in the last session we had already seen how we are going to deploy the custom image on top of Azure Container Instance. In the similar way, in this session as well, we will have look on how we are going to deploy the custom image which is in the ACR to ACI. Here the step-by-step procedure which I am going to follow, I had mentioned in the material. Just please refer this material guys, then you will have some kind of better understanding. And first of all, as a prerequisite, what I am going to do is, I am going to create one resource group. The name of the resource group is RG1 and I am going to create this in the region Japan East. Just click on review plus create, click on create. Then the resource group will be created with the name RG1 and in the location Japan East. Just go to home, just click on the resource group, just refresh it, then you will be able to see the resource group which you had created. Maybe sometimes it is going to take time, but it is going to replicate soon. Yes, it has been visible here, means the RG1 has been created successfully. Then what further I will do, I am going to use the Cloud Shell as my command line interface. Here guys, remember while doing the any execution of commands, you need to done in the bash shell only. Remember guys, you are not supposed to do in the PowerShell. Here I am going to use the bash shell only. Mostly while dealing with the containers, we are going to use the bash shell only. Okay, just go to the material for your reference. Here I need some kind of sample image. So our sample code from where I will get, if it is available in the GitHub repository, then I can be able to pull the code from the GitHub repository. Here I am going to use the link. Generally the git clone is the command which is used to get the code from the remote machine to the local machine. Here what is my local machine? Azure portal is my local machine. Just paste here. Yeah, it made some error. Remove and paste once again. Yes, git clone, the link I had provided. So from this link, whatever the code which is available in that particular link, it is going to download in my local repo. Just press enter. The destination path is already existed. Fine. So here as I earlier I had downloaded the same thing, so that's why it is showing it is in already existed. Suppose if it is first time for you, then it is not throwing you error like this. Okay, fine. Just type ls in order to check. You will get the file like this, means you are getting the folder. You just imported the ACI hello world folder from the GitHub repository and ls-al in order to show the hidden files as well. Here it is showing it is a, if it is stands with D, means if it is start with D, you can understand it is a directory file, means it is a directory and you just need to change the directory to ACR hello world. You are entering inside of the folder. If you type ls, you will be able to see the whatever the files which resides inside of the hello world. Right now I have how many files are there? App, docker file, license, readme.md. These are the files which consists of ACI hello world. And if you want to make all the files, yes, okay, app is also one of the directory, because of inside of the app you have some other files are there. If you want to go inside of the app, just type app. Okay, right now you are in the app directory. Just type ls, then here you have three things are there: index.html, index.jx, package.json. If you want to edit any kind of code, then what you will do? Code space dot. Just click on confirm. It is going to switch to the classic Cloud Shell. Confirm. Then here it is going to provide the option to edit. Here what it is doing? So cd acr okay, cd app okay, ls okay, code space dot. Yes, it is going to provide. Fine. So here I am going to edit the index.html file. So here coming to the index.html file, the title is welcome to Azure Container Instances. Instead of making this, what I will do, welcome to Suneel Cloud IT Tech channel. Okay, and here on the right hand side, just click here, you have the option save file. Remember guys, once you made any modification to the file, make sure you need to save the file. Here, save the file and close the editor. Here, you successfully made changes to the code. And once the changes happen to the code, what you need to do? You need to push the code from your local machine to the where Azure Container Registry, because of it is the place where you are going to save your images. Okay, here I had made that. So first of all, if I want to push the code to the Azure Container Registry, first of all I need to create the registry. Without having the registry, can I push? No, it is not possible, because of if you want to push, you need to have the registry to be created as a prerequisite. So for that purpose, what I will do, I am going to create one container registry. Here, go to home, simply search for container registry. Yes, container registry is there. Just wait for some time. The plus option will be available to you. Yes, click on create. Here, I am going to choose the RG1 as my resource group. The registry name is Suneel Reg 1. Suneel Reg 1 RAG. Okay, here I am going to select the location as Japanese and domain name label scope. Here you have multiple options are there. No reuse, unsecure, like tenant reuse. Here I am going to select the registry DNS name will be created as is based on the resource name suffixed with the ACR domain. Suppose if you have any kind of domains name separately required, then you are going to choose the option which is available here, like tenant reuse, subscription reuse, tenant group reuse. There are a lot of options are there, but here I am going to select the default option, that is unsecure. Here the registry domain name is sunilreg1 .azure.cr.io and pricing plan is, here I am going to select the standard. Fine, you can select basic as well, you can select the premium as well. Based on the pricing plan which you selected, accordingly the Azure is going to charge you. Here what I need to done is, here you have the two options, RBAC registry or ABI repository permissions. Here I am going to select the RBAC registry or default, the RBAC registry. Go to networking, public access I am going to provide, encryption it is not required, just tag plus review plus create. So here you are going to create the container registry. So once the container registry has been successfully created, then you are going to push the code which is available here, ls cdacr cdacr. Okay, fine. Okay. Go here, guys. You here, if you observe in the code along with the app, you have the Docker file as well. If you are going to open the Docker file, like ls-al, it is not Docker file is also Docker file is a file because of it is not short with a D. So if you want to cat, the first name always starts with a capital Docker file. Here if you see the Docker file from the node the basic image is node and run, it is going to run the command make directory and copy this. Whatever this is going to copy from dot app start to user service app. It is going to make the working directory as app only. Run, it is going to install the npm command is node. Here while creating from the Docker file we are going to automate the image creation. These things we had already discussed in the last session. From the Docker file we are going to automate the image creation. From the Docker image we are going to create the Docker container. On top of the Docker container we are going to run the services which we want. Okay, this is the flow here. Okay, so what I need to done here, so successfully I had created the container information. Then once it has been created, then what I need to do is here I need to execute this command in order to build and push the file from my Azure portal cloud shell to Azure Container Registry. Copy here, open the notepad. Okay, I'm going to open the new notepad. Here this is the command. Here before executing this command I need to mention some things. Here the resource group name is RG1. RG1 is my resource group name. Next, and here what is the name of my registry? Suneel RG1. Here login server provisioning sets. Okay, Suneel registry 1 is my Azure registry name. Okay, if you see here it is going to save the same thing. Fine. So here I'm going to go to the material. So here ACR Azure Container Registry build, it is going to build the file. Then what is the name of the resource group? RG1 and hyphen. I'm going to name the image. The name of the image is demo. The custom image or demo Suneel image. Demo, the name is version v1 and hyphen registry. What is the container registry name? Suneel RG1. Okay, hyphen file docker. By executing this command, what will happen? It is going to build the Docker file, and once it has been successfully built, it is going to push into the repository. Let me check whether it will happen or not. Here paste. Always dot represents current directory. Right now you are which directory? ACA hello world. It is a directory. So by executing this command, it is going to build your Docker file. Once it has been built, the Docker image will be created. So it is going to take some time in order to create the Docker image. So once the Docker image has been created, it is going to replicate here. In the meanwhile, what we will do, just go to the container registry. Here you need to do something like IAM. Go to IAM. Here each and every step, everything I had mentioned here. So here go to IAM. What you need to do here? Add role assignment. Here I am going to add the role as owner. Instead of selecting contributor, I am going to select the role as owner. Click on next. The members, I am going to add the members as, here I am going to add the dev tester. Dev tester is me only. So I am going to add the dev tester 98@gmail.com. So here click on select. Next. Allow user to assign all roles, highly privileged. Click on next. Review plus create. I just assign, even though I am a owner, but I just created. So from as a dev tester, I am going to push the code now. So that's why I am going to provide some kind of owner access. So once the access has been done, so what the further thing you need to done here is in ACR refresh, then you will see the container image. Like, so what the image? So if you have the repositories, services, go to repositories. So whatever the image which you had pushed, it is going to replicate here. The Suneel image name, is it replicated here or not? The same thing I had mentioned here. Here it is completed. Means here if you see, it has been successfully pushed. It has the image has been successfully built, and the same image has been pushed to the Azure Container Registry where we are going to manage. Here it is with the version V1. Okay, guys. Okay, fine. So and again go to the container registry. Here you need to do one more thing. Go to access keys. You just need to enable this. If you didn't enable this, what will happen? It is not authenticate to push the code from the Azure Container Registry to the Azure Container Instance. You must and should need to enable this admin access. Then finally you need to execute some other commands. Okay, here what the commands you need to execute? Copy the same command, copy the command, go to the notepad, come down, ACR repository, show hyphen tags, hyphen name, container registry name. What is the container registry name? Suneel RG1. Suneel RG1 is the container registry name. Okay, and hyphen repository. What is the repository name here? If you go here, where here, just go to the repositories. Here it is the repository. Just copy the repository name. Here go to the notepad. Okay. Just execute the command in the Cloud Shell. Paste. Enter. Just check the result. Is it showing the version V1 or not? Yes, obviously the same. Here if you click here, it is going to show the same version. This is the graphical user way to check. If you want to check the same, through command line interface, here this is the command. Okay guys, and here we have some kind of set of other commands as well, like ACR login -n container registry name. What is the container registry name? Suneel. Registry 1 is the container registry name, and it is going to expose the token. Here if you want to expose the token, here go to Cloud Shell, paste the command here, enter. It is going to expose the token. So by using the token you can be able. So yes, this is the access token. Fine. So here if you want to see the output as a table, then you need to execute the below command. ACR repository list hyphen. What is the repository name? Container registry name Suneel RG1. Here container registry name as, okay, output table. Copy it and execute the same command here. It is going to list the content from the container registry in the table format. Let us check how it is going to display the output. Is it displayed or not? Right now, instead of the Suneel Reg1, only I have this image only. So that's why the same will be replicated here. Fine. So here In this way we can be able to push the code, to validate the code, to check the number of images. Here through command line interface we can be able to fetch all the required information which is required as per your requirement. And successfully I had pushed the image into the Azure Container Registry. Then what is the final step I need to create? I need to create Azure Container Instance. Here go to the Azure Container Instance. Here just click on create. The resource group name is RG1, container name is container1, and Japanese available to none, standard okay. And here earlier we had selected quick start images and other registry, but right now I am going to select the image source as Azure Container Registry where my image has been saved. So here once you select, it is asking you registry is Suneel REG1. If you have any other registry you can select accordingly. And which image you want? Suneel, this is the only demo which I have, and the image tag is V1. If you have multiple images, as per the requirement you are going to choose that particular image. Here I am going to select the one virtual CPU 1.5 GB, and coming to the network public monitoring is not required. I just disable it. Advanced, next, review plus create. It is going to validate. Once the validation has been passed, just click on create. Then it is going to create. So where the image is? In Azure Container Registry. So here what will happen? The Azure Container Instance is going to pull the image from the Azure Container Registry. The same will be hosted on top of the Azure Container Instance. In the similar way, we can make this automation pipeline as well. Whenever I had pushed the new image into the Azure Container Registry, automatically the new image will be deployed on top of the Azure Container Instance. That the possibility, that the requirement I can be able to fulfill with this. Here I just showed the manual way how we can manually deploy each and everything, but we can do the same in the automation way as well. So regarding this, I had already made some kind of video on the Azure DevOps session. Then you can refer to that video. Then you will have some kind of clear-cut understanding how automation will be happen. Whenever you had pushed any kind of new image into the Azure Container Registry, automatically the new image will be deployed on top of the Azure Container Instance. Here currently it is in running state. Just copy the public IP and here paste here. Maybe it will take some time to get it replicated, but surely it will be replicated. Open the new Indigo tab and paste here. Let me check whether it is working or not. Yes, it is working. It is working means what happened behind the scene? The Azure Container Instance has successfully pulled the image which is available in the Azure Container Instance. Sorry, Azure Container Registry. Okay, our lab has been succeeded. So in this way we can be able to deploy the customized Docker image on top of Azure Container Instance through Azure Container Registry. Here our lab has been done or not? Yes, it has been successfully completed. Okay guys, in this way we can be able to make the deployments. Hope you guys understood. And thank you so much guys for your support. And one more thing guys, once you done with the lab activity, do not forget to remove all the resources. What are the resources you had created? I am simply deleting the resource group. It is going to delete all the resources which I had created inside of this resource group. Guys, this will be very important, especially when you're using paid subscription. Okay, fine. Okay guys, thank you so much for your support. And if you have any queries, just please put me in the comment section. Accordingly, I am going to revert to your queries whenever I am freely available. And this is about Azure Container Instance. Then we will meet up you in the next session with the new topic. Until signing off, thank you. Bye bye.